Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, and welcome to our 21st mini mindful moment where we're talking about why authentic leadership is crucial for driving results. I'm just waiting to see that we go live on LinkedIn. I am sitting here grateful that I have all of this information in the mindfulness practice to share with you, while at the same time, my heart is going out to the folks in Western North Carolina who are in survival mode. I have friends up there who are in dire straits. And so I just want to mention that fact. This is real life. This is authentic and this is real when people are dealing with stuff like this. The other thing is that my heart is happy about moving back home. I moved back home with my husband after being away. Moving away was a choice to be authentic and take care of myself. And it created some judgment from people in my husband's family about me being disrespectful for them and my husband. As far as I know, no conversations were had about whether that was actually true. Obviously it was true for them. But I got to see how, even as I was and am confident in making that choice, and how taking care of my own health and my own well-being, how that allowed me to be respectful of myself and others. This judgment from others about my choices was hard to hear. And it was also an interesting reflection of the judgment that I still carry in myself about making these kinds of authentic choices. And so I just want to say, it's being authentic, especially as we're trying to get things done, is really, really tricky. And so I am still a work in progress, and I am grateful that I can share with you what I'm learning with my clients about how to do this. So I, of course, have information to share with you about this topic before we go into the mindfulness practice. So I will share that with you now. Again, today's topic is why authentic leadership is crucial for driving results. I really love this topic because it's a combination of being authentic in ways that make work and life more meaningful and fulfilling and healthier for everyone involved. And it's also about creating results like, yes, profits, and results that are good for a variety of stakeholders, including the planet. So this is a combination that very few leaders are doing well at this point in time. So happy to share what I've learned and the successes I'm seeing with my clients. I am Karen, an executive coach and business consultant. I focus on leadership, culture, and strategy. And with my IMX approach, I guide leaders at all levels of an organization to discover what I like to call your inner genius, while you're also wielding healthy power. And for our topic today, I'd like for us to be thinking about healthy power as a way of showing up, whether you're a formal leader or not, in ways that allow you to discover and bring out the best in yourself and the people around you. So one of the ways I support my clients is by using mindfulness practices that help people become aware of how they're showing up. So in today's ever competitive business landscape, leaders often struggle to find the right approach that not only drives results, but fosters genuine connections with their team. This is the combination that I'm talking about. And I like this image just in terms of everybody walking together toward a goal, being unique in themselves, but connected in how they're walking. So many of you might wonder, how can I be an effective leader while staying true to myself? and also bring out the best of everyone around me. This is tricky. So I want you to consider what do you think makes a leader authentic, or maybe even just makes you authentic? What's important to you in being authentic? And how does authenticity in leadership affect workplace dynamics? I would love to see your comments. I'm just checking out the live stream here to see, folks, we have 50 people signed up for this one. So I'm excited to see if someone might post some questions here. As I go through this introductory material, feel free to add your questions or comments, and I'll address them as I go, as I can, or in the Q&A at the end if we end up having the time to do that. So as background, it's important to understand that the path we walk matters. And by that, I mean the kind of authenticity that we're bringing matters. Like, what are we talking about with authenticity? And the kind of results we want to achieve matters, because not all authenticity and not all results are equal. So in Mini Mindful Moment 18, I covered how people end up angry and scary at work because things have degenerated from the warmth and care and generosity that characterizes genuinely healthy relationships. This happens in the workplace. This happens in families when they get under stress. It's normal, but it's also not inevitable. So in Mini Mindful Moment 18, I talked about how you end up with these transactional ways of interacting without genuine warmth and care and generosity. So if you want to know more about that, check out that Mini Mindful Moment. There's a link in the description here. So when we focus on results and forget that how we show up with each other matters, we end up on this, I think of it as like a slippery slope where the end justifies the means. So a real classic example of that is Wells Fargo Bank, and the way employees there created fake accounts as they were driving to achieve their sales target results. So in that situation, not only did they lose sight of what was legal, they lost sight of their personal integrity and having genuine care and connection with their customers. And this is the kind of behavior that happens when we forget that the path that we walk matters. And I was tracking Wells Fargo for a while. I had my business accounts with them, and I left when all of this was happening. I know a lot of people have left. The last I looked, Wells Fargo was still struggling to recover from these actions, which is a huge, huge cost to them and their business. So the kinds of results that I'm talking about come from both individual and collective thriving. In the case of Wells Fargo, it would be staying true to a brand, if they had this in their brand, of integrity and care with the information of each of their customers. And this happens in the little ways that we show up with obviously the big things, but also the little ways we show up with each other each and every day, whether we're bringing out in the best of ourselves or each other. So I describe this way of showing up with each other as true self-leadership. And this is where you lead from your best, you come from your best, and you learn from normal human drama that happens when you forget about who you are at your best. It's just best self drama and how you interact. So we're not talking about trying to be perfect. Instead, we're welcoming being human as a way of discovering more and more about our best together. So, true self leadership is based on an authenticity that allows us to be real with each other in productive ways without tolerating toxic positivity and false harmony and this, showing up with a big fake smile and, pretending everything's okay when it's not okay. It's not what we're talking about. It's a core set of characteristics that anyone can learn that starts with self awareness. And so that's when when you're at your best and when you're in drama. That's a real simple way to think of self awareness. And you take responsibility for that. And resilience that comes from naturally shifting between best self and drama, as I was alluding to before. It's not unrealistic expectations about that perfection, right? True self leadership allows us to be real in responsible and useful ways instead of just spewing whatever comes to mind. So, the kind of authenticity that I'm talking about leads to connection with others that creates transparency, integrity, and consistency and empathy. And none of this connection part of this is possible if you're not connected with yourself first. It requires that self awareness and that building resilience to be able to bring connection with others. So you need to be aware of what you're thinking and what you're feeling and able to share that with others honestly and imperfectly. The kind of authenticity I'm talking about leads to connection with others that builds what I think of as relational results. So, trust that is built from being able to navigate difficult changes authentically and honestly and in conversation with each other. Engagement that is genuine and caring and generous, and people's best work that is effective and fulfilling. So these relational results are the foundation of sustainable results for your business. So authentic leadership isn't just about creating a positive work environment. It drives tangible relational results. So that's includes creating collaborative work environments, increasing leader credibility, and therefore your ability to influence each other in positive ways. And it also boosts employee loyalty and retention. So these factors lead to better decision making, more effective teamwork, and improving results across the board. And so I'll just tie that back to Wells Fargo. This is, again, a great example of where, when we don't do this, what an incredible cost it is to a business. So now I want to explore ways that you can stay true to yourself. I'm going to go through this part hopefully pretty quickly. The first thing is to own who you already are, know yourself to be, especially at your best. So this is self-awareness. So this is where you don't feel pressure to conform to stereotypical leadership styles. It's like you have the courage to be you. And you understand that your greatest leadership potential is your authenticity, and to understand and accept your values and your strengths and your motivations and your weaknesses, like what's in your wheelhouse and what's not in your wheelhouse. And all of this comes from knowing who you are at your best and your drama patterns and what your weaknesses are. The next thing is to embrace your vulnerability. This means not trying to portray yourself as perfect and or put that pressure on others. It's really, really hard to be in situations where more and more and more perfection is expected, and there's competition between people to be perfect and the best. Okay, yeah, it's exhausting when you get into that. So admit mistakes and acknowledge your limitations. Like, I can't do anymore. This is too much to expect. Using challenging moments as opportunities for individual and collective growth, and creating an environment where it's okay to be human. We'll learn more when that happens. The next thing is to lead with empathy. And this is where you build genuine connections with your teammates, with your family members. It makes a difference when you invest in really getting to know someone instead of assuming the worst. This starts with a genuine connection with yourself, owning your drama, your anxiety, your need to control, your need to be right, all of those things. You own that and take responsibility for not spewing that onto other people. And you show a genuine interest in the well-being and the aspirations of others. And also communicate transparently. So put your cards on the table. Share information clearly and honestly, even especially when it's difficult. Encourage open dialogue about what's working and what's not working for everyone involved, and work toward something that really uplifts everyone. And foster an environment where team members feel safe sharing ideas and concerns transparently. And then finally, having integrity. I really like this image of like walking the talk with your words. Showing up with that fake smile just doesn't do it. You need to have integrity to build and maintain trust where your words and actions are aligned. And this also means being consistently you, your best self and drama. So as you learn and grow and evolve, that's a part of your integrity. And finally, for leaders of teams, especially, or organizations, it's important that you uphold the same and demonstrate the same values that you expect from your team. You go first. So by implementing these practices, you can lead authentically and create an environment where your team feels valued and motivated and empowered to contribute their best in ways that allows for everyone to thrive. So the bottom line of this is that the foundation of your leadership potential lies in your authenticity. And this is also the foundation of being trustable in any situation. So by embracing who you are, your best and drama, then you can lead with vulnerability and empathy and transparency and integrity. Then you can create a more engaged and motivated and successful team that achieves the results that you individually want and also that you collectively want. So an example of this, one of my client organizations right now, I'm supporting several people to be more clear about what they authentically want, both personally, but also professionally. And this topic usually comes up sooner or later with most of my clients. I actually have addressing this built into my Define Your True Self course. It's so critical and so important. So in whatever role that you're in, whether that's CEO or somewhere else in the organization, knowing what you want is important. So when I talk about wants, I'm talking about the creative expression of your best self. This is something deeper than mere survival, where what you want might look like a boatload of money that will make all your worries go away, right? Like that's not what I'm talking about. Instead, what we're going for is what's deeply important to you personally and professionally. And this is, the kinds of things that are needed for your team or organization to be effective. So once you get going with this type of authentic sharing of your wants, you can more easily invite the wants of others and work toward results where everyone can win. So, authentic leadership isn't about changing who you are. It's about leveraging your true self, best and drama, to connect with your team and facilitate results that reflect a creative combination of what everyone wants. So when you lead authentically, you create an environment where everyone feels valued and motivated to contribute their best, not out of obligation or duty or a need to suffer, but because it feels good. So all of our mini mindful moments are based on the compass here. I explained that in my first mini mindful moment. So if you missed that, go back, please, and check that out. We are now in the west of the IMX compass. This is the season of fall where we harvest the fruits of our labors, where we see results. Obviously, we see results in other seasons, but this is where things really come together. But we do that in a way that doesn't singularly focus on profits, because when we do that, it keeps us in survival thinking and scarcity dynamics, where there are winners and there are losers. So instead, what we're doing is we're considering the results needed by many stakeholders, including shareholders, employees, communities, the planet. This is a new territory of results that are needed for everyone to win. And ironically, these kinds of results require us to get more personal, even selfish, to discover these territories within us where we experience how we're all deeply connected. It's really hard when we go out there into separation to see how when we go inside, we see how we're truly all connected. This is where, when we go inside, we see what's personal is also universal, like the love that we all feel for our children and the hope that we have for future generations. This is territory that we can tap into for real. So, as we move into our mindfulness practice, we're about ready to head into that. I want you to reflect on your own leadership style. Are you leading authentically? And how can you embrace your true self, your best self, and your drama aspects while effectively guiding your team? So let's begin with a practice that will help you connect with your authentic leadership style, and understand how it can drive results in your workplace. So go ahead and get yourself comfy, letting the information that I just shared with you wash through you. You can always come back and listen to the recording if you want to revisit anything. Feel free to move and get comfortable. And go ahead and close your eyes and notice your breath. And notice how, as you breathe, you will feel the energy of aliveness that's within you in your body. When we slow down and notice our breath, we feel more alive because we're noticing what's already there. And go ahead and allow this energy to drop down through your body into the ground so you feel connected to the earth and safe. So this grounding is really important because it keeps us in the territory of this physical reality, connected to what's practical. So so here we can create the results we really want to see. So let yourself relax from your head to toes, all the way through your body. As you continue to feel connected and tethered to the earth, letting yourself relax into the chair, melt into the chair you're sitting in, and feel how each part of your body can feel good and comfortable within its place in the whole of your body. You might be feeling some pain or tension somewhere. Just know that this pain and tension is not the whole story. Think of pain or challenge or whatever's hard. It's like it can take up all your vision like a hand over your face. But it's never the whole story. Notice your breath in and out. And as you inhale, let that breath take you to your center. Over and over again as you breathe in and then out. Into center and out. Into center and out. This time we're going to have the center be the midline of your body, your spine, or close to it. And from your center, you can feel your connection to the ground below and the sky above. Or maybe not. That would be fine if you're not feeling that. But this is what's possible. Feeling connected to the ground, connected up through the top of your head does so much more. So continue noticing your breath in natural exchange with the world around you as a part of the interdependent web of life that we're all a part of. Some people call this our deep ecology, life force energy flowing between and through each of us and all of life on our beautiful planet. With each breath, let yourself open, like relax and open, and receive from life. Receive energy. So that when you contribute your energy to something, you're giving from a full and generous place. Relax from head to toes. Open and receive. Fill your cup. Fill your cup. Fill your cup. And so as you're in this exchange with life, notice how connected you can be or feel. Just notice. As you practice this, you'll feel more and more. Feeling the aliveness of life and our interconnectedness. My dog is right here doing this practice with us. And notice here how you can't not belong to life. It's not possible. You are essential. You belong. Everything you think and feel, say and do ripples through the web of life. And no pressure about this, right? Like, it's not like you have to do this perfectly, but how you show up matters. It ripples through everything. And in fact, being human, you being beautifully human, is how you can learn more about how to be alive in this interconnected way. Let yourself feel the connection that's just naturally here. And know that you matter, and know that what's deeply important to you matters. So notice what you're thinking and feeling right now in this moment, and simply let whatever is happening flow. We're not trying to control our thoughts and feelings. We're not trying to make ourselves calm. We're just letting ourselves be enough in this moment. You create value by simply existing. It's a radical concept, and it's true. So notice which parts of you believe this and which parts do not. It's all good. Doing is not everything. So you can amplify the value that you create by feeling connected to the web of life, being nourished by life, by being connected with the people around you. Like, take the time to be authentic and connect. It matters. So notice your heart right now. You might want to put your hand over your heart if you have a hard time feeling your heart. Maybe it feels open and connected to life. Maybe not. But it's from your heart where you can feel some courage. This won't happen if you're only up in your head, rationally looking at things. It takes bringing your awareness and attention into your heart. And from an open-hearted place connected to life, from here, we can experience feeling like anything is possible from this heartfelt and connected state of being. This is not like you flip a switch and you're here. It's just more and more with practice. You can feel courage to show up authentically. When you show up at your best and learn from drama, that's when you're on the right track. Being true to the whole of you, not just the perfect you. Ugh, yuck. Way more interesting when you're human. And ironically, when you acknowledge your humanness, you can more and more align with your individual best. Not being in reactive drama, reactive aspects of yourself so much. Just take small steps every day that matter to you personally, being authentic, toward your collective goals, whatever those may be. So notice your breath in this moment and allow yourself again and again to relax and open and receive even more. The more you relax and open, the more aliveness can flow through you. Value doesn't just come at the end of our work together when we achieve our final results. Value is here and now in the aliveness of this moment. I would say it's what matters most. Value is created in how we show up together every day in genuine and authentic ways, in disconnect, coming back into connection, creating genuine and authentic connection with each other as we bang around in our humanity. Notice now in this moment whether you might be feeling some overwhelm or fear about needing to achieve results and create value. Just let yourself feel how overwhelming that can be at times. And know that this is such a normal human response. It's important to acknowledge just how much we're all doing and trying to do. Have some compassion for yourself in all that you're doing. Acting out of fear or anxiety or a sense of urgency will stifle your unique strengths and your ability to see and connect with the strengths of others. Go ahead and breathe in this moment and let yourself connect with what's unique and authentic about you. And here is where you'll begin to see how what you already know and what you're already doing is enough. And how likely the brilliance of the people around you is enough, mostly enough. There's always more to learn. There's always new hires that you need. But look at what you already have and how it's enough. None of us has to do it alone or all at once. Oh, how we do that to ourselves. Gotta have it all done. Oh, gotta have it all done. You can be real and vulnerable and confident at the same time. And feel how this allows you to be more connected with others. No perfection required. So consider now a work situation where it's important to achieve results and let yourself see what's important now. Not the whole big end game, right? Don't put that kind of pressure on yourself, but the next step from your perspective. What's most important? And for now, just breathe that desire of what's most important into the interconnected energy of all that you're involved with. Just let it be a part of the connection. that you have with others. Let it go. Stop holding on so tightly. Let there be space for your desires to breathe and be alive without you suffocating them. And in this, being in this way, there will be space for what others want too. Let there be room for what everyone wants to weave together. Each step is a step in the progress toward what you want to achieve, and it builds confidence. So let yourself see yourself sharing what it is that you want in this specific situation that you have in your mind, and inviting others to do the same. And when a quick decision needs to be made, that can happen too, right? We don't want to have crippling consensus, right? Like there's ways to do this where people are involved when it's appropriate. It's not an all or nothing thing here. Let yourself see yourself walking a path of authentic integrity that only you can determine what this is. I can't tell you, no one else can tell you. And you invite others to do the same. Step by step, steady on. Persistent consistency is what will get you where you want to go. Each step contributes to real, satisfying, valuable results. And learning, of course, especially when you're honest about the drama for you and everyone involved. So take one last breath, full of valuable, mindful aliveness. Carry that with you into the rest of your day. Gently open your eyes. Keep breathing. Keep bringing this aliveness with you. And so the invitation for the rest of your day is to remind yourself and the people around you that being authentic matters and that it will lead to the best results that work for everyone. Okay. So I'm looking to see who's here, if there's any questions that have been posted. I am not seeing any. So I invite you to like this recording. Please add your comments or questions to the recording. And thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate being able to share this information and share what's possible through mindfulness with all of you. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.